I mentioned yesterday that I was going to talk to you guys about Pheneology. But I didn't get to that. I got kind of busy and sidetracked with doing some other things. I'm getting ready this morning for the cheese making class. So we go into making mozzarella, burrata, and ricotta. Yeah, I'm super excited. I made a couple of cheese balls last night, and this morning I'm setting up the other counter with some fresh fruits and cheeses and meat, sausages, actually from one of our local butchers. It was just given to me complimentary, and if you have been to the shop, you know, and to the classes, anything that's served in the shop or offered in the shop for products from local farms, I love to serve up to my classes. Let it be maple syrup, sausages, bacon. The mushrooms are always in my classes with like blue cheese and bacon and a bread that I make. And of course, Eden Valley Creamery cheeses. And I just love to toss fresh fruits in there, or maybe a slice of cake, so that you get something to sample from the local flavors when you're here visiting the Homestead. Okay? Especially, like I said, for our classes, everybody's got to eat a little something. But this morning, I just wanted to go through the Pheneology. I quickly will show you a couple of my container plants. These are actually already sprouting little flowers on there. Yeah, so they need to be moved in the quickness. But I know in my class for the gardening, I kind of scared everyone and snipped off all the tops of these a couple weeks ago. And what happened was they all shooted into two. So I've got two beautiful budding little areas coming out of every single bean plant I have over under the lights right now. Okay, so in front of my screen door under the lights, I probably have a little over a dozen beans, a couple containers of beets, and a bunch of other things. A lot of dill starting, things like that, that'll take to the cold really quick, and I'll put them in the greenhouse, and then they'll go right along with the next rounds of seeds that start next week. Next week, I will be planting seeds in the greenhouse. Okay? So, a couple other things that I just wanted to talk to you about with the Pheneology. One thing you want to go and grab is Mother Earth News. Great thing that I've been a part of for about 20 years. It's I've been reading the Mother Earth News. There's amazing articles in there. Another amazing place I'm going to tell you about, Pine Tree Garden Seeds. I will not get anything else for my garden. In about 14 years that I've been here doing stuff, Pine Tree has been my go-to in all the gardens, all the flowers, everything that I make. They got great stuff and amazing company up there. My little list of stuff that I've got to get to this year: zucchini, peppers, loofah I'm adding. I always get my potatoes from Pine Tree. Brussels sprouts I want to add, cabbage, broccoli, and onions. Okay, but here's where the fun comes in. Okay, this is my garden grid for this year. Okay. Loofah walls being made, some different arches and stuff. I'm growing vertically this year because I don't want to add beds. I like the way it is. And I'm actually turning my little greenhouse into a hoop house. I am not all about growing for everybody else. I'm about victory gardens, so I love to teach you people how to easily start their own gardens. And then if they are unable to do gardening, support places like Dirt Rich Farm and Native Offerings that all have garden shares, and you can go right pick up their vegetables every week right from there. This is my little map of kind of when I start things in this zone. It's easy for me to remember, you know, I can succession plant several times. All right, let's just find Pheneology in my Farmer's Almanac, and I will read to you. Should have marked the page, huh? Ha! Nature's Calendar. Pheneology. Vegetables. Plant peas when the forsythias bloom. If you don't know what forsythias are, they are those yellow bushy flowers, bushes that grow out there in front of a lot of houses or in the wild. Plant potatoes when the first dandelion blooms. I follow that to a T. Plant beets, carrots, cole crops, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, collards, lettuce, and spinach when the lilacs are in their first leaf or the dandelions are in full bloom. Okay? That's when you want to plant all your other root vegetables for your gardens. Plant corn when the oak leaves are the size of a squirrel's ear, about a ½ inch in diameter. Or plant corn when apple blossoms fade and fall. Plant bean, cucumber, squash seeds when the lilacs are in full bloom. Plant tomatoes when lilies of the valley are in full bloom. Transplant eggplants and peppers when the bearded irises bloom. Plant onions when the red maples bloom. I have a beautiful maple tree, and I always try to work that out when I'm with my onions. Going towards flowers, plant morning glories when the maple trees have full-size leaves. Plant zinnias and marigolds when black locusts are in full bloom. Plant pansies, snapdragons, and other hardy annuals when aspens and chokecherries have leafed out. That's why it's super important to know your trees. Know your trees, save your bees, eat your veggies. Insects. When purple lilacs bloom, grasshopper eggs hatch. This is why you need to know your plants and your flowers and everything, right? So that you also can combat against what's hatching at different times of the years. When chicory blooms, beware of squash vine borers. When Canadian thistles bloom, protect susceptible fruit. Apple maggot flies are at peak. When foxglove flowers open, expect Mexican beetle larvae. When crabapple trees are in bud, eastern tent caterpillars are hatching. When morning glory vines begin to climb, Japanese beetles appear. When wild rocket blooms, cabbage root maggots appear. Okay, so there's books and books and books and books and books and books that are super in depth about this. But I love that the Farmer's Almanac usually has a little page as a guide for us. So check it out. Get your Farmer's Almanac. Make it a great day.